it's Trina's Tip Tuesday, and today I'm in a home with my friend Jenn Boland from Home Proper Interiors, and she is redoing this home. Now, we can't walk around with the camera, but as you can hear from the echo of my voice and kind of see that it's kind of gutted right now, and she's going to tell us a little bit about it. Hi, Jenn.
Hi, Trina.
Thank you for being on my Facebook Live.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, how long you've been in Tallahassee, how long you've been with Home Proper Interiors, how you started it? Give us the spiel about yourself.
Yes, I've been in Tallahassee my whole life, forever.
Mm-hmm.
And I started Home Proper after I had my second child. There's not a ton of big interior design firms here, and that's what I have my degree in, and that's what I'm passionate about. And so I just was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it myself.
Good. Did you start out doing like your friends and family first? Because that's how I started with real estate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Our very best friends were so sweet and they were so trusting.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, yeah, sure, go ahead,
Have at it.
And you're like, have at it. And it was so great. So yeah, it just kind of took off from there. And now we've added 2 employees, which are like, they're my life.
Yeah.
They make it fun and they make it not lonely and and they're just great.
I love that. That's fun, and I love doing business with my friends too, because that's what makes it fun, especially when you're doing something that you love.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I have a couple questions for you. Ready?
Yes.
They should be easy
Ready.
because this is like your life, right?
Yeah. Turn my brain back on. Ready.
What is your biggest design pet peeve?
Biggest design pet peeve. I feel like we have a lot. The one that comes to mind would be, oh gosh.
An alarm
Sorry,
going off.
that's my go pick up my kids' alarm.
Uh-oh.
The one that comes to, no, they're good, they're kids though. Ceiling fans. I think ceiling fans are my biggest pet peeve. They're one of those necessary evils. Like you don't want to have to look at a ceiling fan. You don't want to, anytime you see pictures published in magazines, there's rarely a ceiling fan. But it's something that you need
That's
for
true. I never thought about
necessity.
that.
So I think the biggest thing is if you have to have a ceiling fan, go more modern. And I know it sounds weird if you have a really traditional house to do a modern ceiling fan, but just trust me, go for white, it'll blend in with your ceiling, go for crisp, clean lines, just stick to modern. It's gonna feel like this is so modern, it doesn't go with my house. Do it. I promise. Look up pictures on Pinterest. You'll see.
That's a good tip. What are your favorite paint colors?
So we're gonna link to this little cool PDF thing that one of the girls who works for me made. And we use a lot of white dove, which I know sounds awful. Like I have to explain to people. I'm like, I'm sorry you're paying me, and I'm telling you to paint all your walls white. I swear, trust me. White dove is great. I love it. Swiss coffee is another really good one. This house we're in right now, we're sampling paint colors on the outside, but I'm pretty sure they're going to go with Swiss coffee on the outside. Great Barrington Green, Benjamin Moore, that's a really good one. Parma Gray, it sounds like it's gray, but it's really kind of a light blue. Love
It's a light blue.
Yes, and that's by Fair and Ball. These are all going to be linked on that PDF. And Lullaby, we just went to a show house last week, and Lullaby is a color that I recently painted in my master bedroom, and it was in like 2 or 3 of the bedrooms in this house, and the house we went to was on the water, and it's even more beautiful when there's tons of light. Oh my god.
That sounds like it would be a
For
good
sure
color
it
for a
is.
bedroom. Lullaby. I mean, doesn't that just sound like
Makes
you sleepy?
We should all
Yeah,
paint our
that
bedrooms
sounds good.
Lullaby.
How much does it cost to hire an interior designer?
That's a question that we get a lot, and that is a very hard question to answer because every single project is different. The scope of every project is different. There's no 2 houses the same. I mean, it's like if somebody asked you how much does a house cost.
So it's not like by the hour, it's by the job.
So what we do it 2 different ways. We price it out with some projects and some clients. We price it out by the hour, and then we try to estimate ahead of time. This is how many hours we think it'll be, and give you a proposal based on that. Other projects, we do it on like a project basis. So we'll estimate by square footage, how many rooms, what it's going to entail, things like that. So that really is a project by project.
And it's kind of, I would guess, a moving target because
Absolutely.
isn't it sometimes when you get into it, they're like, maybe since we're going ahead and doing this, let's just do this too.
Yeah,
Yeah, that will really start adding.
It snowballs.
Yeah.
Every time, which is great, which is really fun. It's really hard to estimate how much it's going to cost. Mm-hmm. And then it always ends up costing more.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So do you have like a percentage in mind? Like how much people typically go over on a job?
So when my husband and I built our house, his grandfather said, you take the price you're given and then add a third. And I don't know if that is really accurate, but I sort of keep that in my head, and I'm just like...
And it kind of goes close?
And I just know it's going to be more. Like, we're never going to hit this target. It's always going to be more time. You think your renovation is going to take 6 months, you're going to take 9 months. Yeah, you think you're going to renovate your kitchen for $50,000, it ends up being $65,000. It's just the nature of the business. Mm-hmm. You know, you think you have this fridge, and then you see another fridge.
Yeah. And I would think that would be it too. Like, you have an idea in your head as the consumer of what Kirsten said, most popular design styles and trends are you seeing now? Okay, so yeah, I'll answer that in a second. Thank you, Kirsten.
Hi, Kirsten.
But you think that, like me as a consumer, I would be like thinking about stuff that I see in homes when I'm showing them and what I want, and then you go say, okay, so go ahead and pick out your blah, 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 and then you go to wherever the blah, blah, blah is, and you're like, oh no, this one's way better. So I can see where it would get,
it's an occupational hazard too.
I love that. Yeah. Okay, so Kirsten says, what are the most popular design styles and trends you're seeing now?
So I think things are going now a little bit more towards this kind of like California cool style. A lot of people are doing this black casement windows, and I love that style. I think it's beautiful. There's a lot more, almost like Santa Monica, Montesino, like Mark Sykes type of vibe going on, and I love it.
You do love it?
Oh my gosh, it's so
Do you think it's because there's so many people coming from California to Florida now?
Is that happening?
Well, so I was at Florida Realtors last week, and they were talking about there's like how many thousands of people are leaving California a month, and then how many thousands are coming to Florida every month. And it's almost about the same. I'm sure they're not going from, West Coast to East Coast, but they're trickling over.
They're trickling over. It might be. I love it. I love a little bit of the faux bamboo and the natural fiber rugs and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, I like that stuff too. I've been too scared to do that, but it is fun.
No, don't be scared. Just try it.
Just try it. You'll like it. That's what my mother-in-law always tells me. You don't like it, so you say, try it, and you may. That's from Dr. Seuss, though. So you can't really claim that.
He's the best. He is in all of them, according to Dr. Seuss, right?
Yes. How much does it cost to decorate a room? That's probably like what we were just talking about.
That's a little, it does kind of depend. I would say on average, if you're going to, like renovate your master bathroom, you can always spend as much money as you want. But I would estimate like 40 to 50 if you're going to do that. I'm talking like all new tile, countertops, fixtures, everything. If you're going to do your kitchen, you can do anywhere from $50,000 to $150,000, depending on what kind of countertops you get, your appliance package, things like that. A small bathroom, like if you're doing a powder bath without a shower or a tub, you could probably do that for 10 to 15. Those are the best places to do wallpaper. Those little powder baths.
Oh, really?
I
love hearing that.
I mean, it's the best because usually there's no windows. It's like you can open it up, it's a little jewel box. You don't have to be afraid of committing to the wallpaper. You don't have to spend a ton of money because it's a little tiny room.
That's a great tip.
Love it.
That's a great tip. Okay, so what design tips do you have for updating your house for selling it?
You're probably the expert.
I'm not. So I'm thinking of like quick, okay? Because a lot of times by the time the consumer gets to me, they're ready to list their house 2 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
So something that would be quick and pretty cost effective. So what I typically tell people is paint and clean.
Absolutely.
And declutter.
Yes, like huge. Those are huge. Paint everything, even if you just paint everything white. Don't paint things like purple.
Like your Dove white.
Yes. Don't paint things weird colors. Just paint everything white.
Do you recommend painting the whole house the same color, every interior the same color, not doing anything? I mean, especially just for selling, kind of getting it on a blank canvas.
Yes, yeah, I think give it all a blank canvas. If you want to put like a really, just stick to really light neutrals. If you want to do just a plain neutral in a bathroom or something like that, like a light blue in there, that's totally fine. But as far as the open like living spaces, just keep it light
and clean.
Yes, yes,
That
declutter for sure. And you can change out your cabinet hardware.
Oh, that's a good
And
one
that's
too.
really inexpensive and easy. You can do that in a weekend. You can go to Lowe's. You can order it from Restoration Hardware, whatever you want to do. But that will make a big difference.
That will. And sometimes I've had people go too far with it, and then they're like, "Well, we like our house so much, no, I'm not gonna leave." That's not good for me, anyway.
Yeah.
What is your number one design advice or top tip?
Top tip. Move all of your furniture away from your walls. So that there's a lot of people out there who are really into design, and they're probably like, I know that. Everybody knows that. But
I don't know that. My couch is up against my wall.
See, no, you gotta move it away.
Even if it's like just this much, because my living room's not huge.
So your furniture needs to, most of the time, like in a big room like this, the way that we had this furnished before the reno started, the furniture, the two sofas were facing each other, like dueling sofas floating in the center of the room. And if you're gonna have furniture against the wall, let it be like a wood piece, like, you know, a console table or some sort of buffet or something like that. If it's your seating and you're in a big room like this, scoot it into the middle. And updating your lighting makes a really big difference too.
That's a good one.
A big impact.
And that's when you can overspend on too easily.
Easily. That's always the spot where when we start a new construction project and we get a budget, the lighting budget is always so tight. Like,
why?
And then I die a little bit inside every time.
Because you know you're about to really burst their bubble.
Yeah. Or we're just going to have sad lighting.
It won't be sad. Let me see if we have any more questions. Okay, thank you for watching. We've got, hey Avery, Reagan's on, my cousin, that's sweet. Thank you, Kirsten's on. Dorinda, hi guys. So if you have any more questions for my friend Jen, you can go ahead and post them and she will answer them for sure. And we're also going to post your link to the paint colors. Okay. So she's awesome. You guys would love working with her. I get to see her all the time. Oh, Kyle's on. Hey, Kyle. Kyle's on.
Oh, hi, Kyle.
Bye, guys. We'll see you in a couple weeks. And again, if you have any questions, just go ahead and post them. And we'd love to hear your feedback. Bye.